Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Riverview Park, or Sloan Park if you prefer. We're in Mesa, Arizona. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network, and it's play-by-play coverage in the 2015 Desert Classic, put on by Southwest Woodbat Classics. And we are underway in an Upperclass Division semifinal contest. It's the GBA Red squad against the Prospects. The winner of this game will advance and play in the championship game right here on this same field a little bit later on today. And we're underway with a bang as Tyler Hill, the leadoff hitter for GBA Red, singles sharply up the middle. And so he's aboard at first base. For GBA, they come in with a 3-1 pool record and advanced actually just moments ago, really. They had to come from behind to win their final pool game that scheduled to start anyway at 11:15 this morning. And our first pitch scheduled for 1:30. We get started at 2:06, and that's because of some of the suspensions that happened earlier in the week because of weather. Had to squeeze in some games here at Riverview. Runner takes off. The pitch is low and in, and that's going to get to the backstop, and the runner Hill advances to second base. So a steal on base puts a runner in scoring position, and that'll give us a chance as we get a timeout here to get settled in some. The Prospects did not lose a game in pool play. They did have a tie, so they went 3-0-1 through their pool to advance to this semifinal contest. And by way of a better record, then they are the designated home team. So a runner at second, Tanner Solomon, the shortstop at the plate, with a chance to knock in the first run, and he'll lift a fly ball into left field. That's playable out there and put away, and that's out number one. So Hill, the left fielder, leads off. Solomon, the shortstop, bats second. Caleb Stoll comes to the plate as a designated hitter. Easton Buckley will hit fourth as an extra hitter. Then Brennan O'Brien, the catcher, hits fifth. The number 6 hitter is the center fielder, Carter Allen. Tyler Thurston bats seventh as another extra hitter. Then Jacob Hamrick in right field bats eighth. Nick Rogers is ninth. He starts at second base. And Danny Kamens, the third baseman, bats 10th. Yeah, swing and a foul tip into the glove off the bat of Caleb Stoll for strike one. Fabian Villegas gets the start for the Prospects in this semifinal contest. Gave up a single to start the ball game, but then a fly ball to left field records the first out. Now the set, check back to second base, and the 1-strike pitch. That's a breaking ball, and it's over for a strike to Stoll, and it's 0-2. Defensively for the Prospects, Paxton Ketchum starts in left field. Nick Espinoza is in center field, and Isaiah Leach plays right. Josh Arndt is the third baseman for the Prospects. Brandon Pollock at shortstop, and we'll get you the rest after the 0-2 pitch. And that's a line drive. That's into left field for a base hit. Runner will be held. The throw misses the cutoff man, but Stoll does not try to advance past first base. He'll take the single. And GBA Red puts runners at the corners with one out for their cleanup hitter, Easton Buckley. To get through the rest of the defense then for the Prospects, I mentioned Brandon Pollock, the shortstop. Daniel Holbert plays second base. Tyler Phillips is at first. Brett Fitzgerald, the catcher for Fabian Villegas. So it's Hill at third, Stoll at first with one out, just getting settled in here in the top of the first inning. It's an Upperclass Division championship game, semifinal game rather, as the winner will advance to the championship scheduled for 3:30, and we're not going to hit that mark for sure. We'll be lucky now, I would suppose, to get started even by 4 o'clock. And no lights here. Obviously, we're in the early part of June, so we're going to have some late end times. But we've seen games called here because of darkness around this time of year. We were over here last year as Buckley takes the first pitch low for a ball. The winner of this game will face the winner of Show Baseball and Canyon Sandlot. That game going on over on field 3 as Buckley takes a strike to even the count at 1-1. A ball and a strike on Buckley with runners at the corners and one out. The set, the runner from first goes, swing and a miss, throw down to second base, but they got a chance and they gun him down. And when not close, as Stahl is thrown out by quite a bit. 2-6 on a caught stealing. And that erases one of the base runners. Hill's still aboard at third base. Now the set and the pitch. And a breaking ball snaps over for a called third strike, and that'll do it as Buckley is called out on strikes. And Villegas able to pitch around a leadoff hit, and in fact 2 hits in the inning. No runs, a couple of hits, a caught stealing, and 1 left after having a play. GBA Red nothing, and the prospects coming up. Sent to go in the bottom of the first inning, Brandon Pollock leads it off for the prospects and takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Dawson McCarville, the starter for GBA Red. Another breaking ball low, and the count 1-1. Next pitch outside, 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. Over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 2-2. And that's over a cold third strike, so Pollock punched down for the first out here in the inning. And it'll bring up the catcher, Britt Fitzgerald. So it's Pollock and then Fitzgerald. Josh Arndt, the third baseman, bats third. Tyler Phillips, the first baseman, is fourth. Out in right field, Isaiah Leach bats fifth. The number 6 hitter is the left fielder, Paxton Ketchum. Fabian Villegas, the pitcher, is seventh. And Zach Bain, an extra hitter, is eighth. That ball is into right field and down for a base hit, so a single for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald will leave, and I would expect you to see Pollock to come back out to run. Now Josh Arndt with 1 on and 1 out. As I mentioned, Bain, the extra hitter, had hitting 8th. Then Nick Espinoza, the center fielder, 9th, and Daniel Holbert rounds out the order. He plays second and bats 10th. The first pitch to Arndt is outside for a ball. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the first inning, and no score. GBA Red with a couple of base hits in the first inning, but had a caught stealing and could not score. Throw over to first base and the runner back. Ground ball up the middle, and that gets past the middle infielders and into center field. Took a big hop right as it got near the bag, and so another base hit for the prospects. The ball came off the bat. I thought they might have a chance up the middle to at least get the out at second, but took a hop and got between Solomon, the shortstop, and Rogers, the second baseman. So 2 aboard with 1 out, bottom of the first inning and no score. And the cleanup hitter, Tyler Phillips, at the plate. And first pitch low for ball 1. See if we can set the defense here for the Gauchos. I mentioned Dawson McCarville, the starter. I said the Gauchos, GBA Red if you prefer, as that pitch is fouled off and it's 1-1. But McCarville starts. Brennan O'Brien is the catcher. Cody Hopper plays first base. It's Nick Rogers at second. Tanner Solomon at short. Danny Kamens at third. as that ball is fouled to the backstop, and it's 1-2. And then an outfield of Tyler Hill in left, Carter Allen in center, Jacob Hamrick in right. And of course, the way the tournament is set up and the tournament rules allows for a lot of fluidity as far as movement of the lineups and so forth. And the defensive alignments in particular, as that ball is fouled back and I guess more on the first base side, but out of play, and we stay at a ball and 2 strikes. Fitzgerald has a courtesy runner at second base. It's Brandon Pollock. Joshua Arndt aboard at first. 1 out in the bottom of the first inning and no score in this Upperclass Division semifinal game. Look back to second, the 1-2 pitch, and a breaking ball off the plate, and it's 2-2. Quarfield, the right-hander, looks back to second base, checks again, and delivers 2-2. And that's hit down the right field line, but that's going to get foul and out of play into the bullpen area. And again, GBA Red with a couple of base hits in the top of the first inning could not score, and now the Prospects with 2 hits. We'll see how their inning plays out. First and second with 1 down. The 2-2 and a breaking ball sweeps outside. It's 3-2. Let's see what the Prospects do here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. You got your leadoff hitter at second base, so it might be a good time to run. And they do not go. The pitch is up and in, and it's ball 4, and that'll load them up. So Pollock running for Fitzgerald goes to third, Arndt to second, Phillips aboard at first base, and the batter is Isaiah Leach. First one to Leach over for a strike. Yeah, the next pitch misses a little bit low from McCarville, and it's 1-1. Still a busy complex here. All 4 fields still going. We'll have, at least the complex will host 2 championship games. We'll have the Upperclass game as Leach swings and misses, and it's 1-2. And then the Underclass championship game will also be held here. The Futures division is finishing up their play out at Goodyear. Ball popped up first base side. That's going to get out of play. And we stay at a ball and 2 strikes. Paxton Ketchum next for the Prospects. And that ball knocked foul and out of play. So Leach stays alive, fouling off a couple of 2-strike pitches. And a grounder foul on the third base side this time. McCarville ready again as he looks in for his sign. O'Brien goes through a ball. Now the wind and another 1-2 pitch. And a line drive, and that's through and into right field. A base hit. Scoring is Pollock. Arndt is held at third base. It's an RBI single for Isaiah Leach, and the Prospects lead 1-0. A good at-bat there for Isaiah Leach then. 3 different 2-strike pitches fouled away. A couple to the right side, 1 to the left. And then delivers a line drive base hit into right field to score the runner from third. Bases stay full with 1 out, a run in. And Paxton Ketchum takes a turn as he fouls 1 out of play. A bright sunny day here on this Sunday afternoon in Mesa. A big turn from what we saw a couple of nights ago. And again, we had rain on Thursday night. Didn't slow down any of the games Thursday, but then more trouble on Friday. As we get a high fly ball into shallow left. Hill coming in, still coming in, makes the catch. The runner from third bluffs but does not go. And Ketchum flies out to Hill in left for out number 2. Bases stay loaded now, 2 outs in the inning for Fabian Villegas. And Villegas takes the first pitch for ball 1. Prospects lead at 1-0. RBI base hit from Isaiah Leach. And there's a ball hit up the middle. That's playable there by the shortstop Solomon. He taps the bag at second to force Leach. And that will end the Prospects' first inning. But they get on the board first. They get a run on a couple of base hits. There was a walk and 3 runners left on base. After 1 inning of play, it's the Prospects 1 and GBA Red 0. Brendan O'Brien, the leadoff hitter for GBA Red in the second. They send up 5, 6, and 7 in the order, and O'Brien takes strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and it's 0-2. Villegas back to the wind, the 0-2 pitch, and that's hammered into left field, but that'll stay up long enough for Ketchum to run under it and make the catch, and that's out number 1. Came off the bat. I thought that was going to have a chance to get down, but Ketchum with a pretty good speed gets over to bring it in, and that's the first down, and it brings up Carter Allen. Allen hits a high chopper off the hard dirt right in front of home plate, but a foul ball, and that's strike 1. Prospects lead at 1-0. We play in the top of the second inning. Pitch is outside, and it's 1-1. Back to the wind of the 1-1 pitch. That ball inside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. It's over for a called strike, and it's 2-2 on Carter Allen. 1 out with the bases empty in the top of the second inning. And the 2-2 pitch. And a slow ground ball. Pollock charges, Fields throws on the run. And out at first base is Carter Allen. Now 2 away in the inning for Tyler Thurston. And Thurston fouls 1 out of play. And next one misses for a ball, and they count 1-1. Again, the winner of this one advances to the Upperclass Division Championship game, facing the winner of Show Baseball and Canyon Sandlot. Ball out of play down the right field side, and they count 1-2. Villegas with a 1-2 pitch and a grounder foul wide of third. And a 1-2 pitch. Got inside, and Thurston pulls it well foul down the left side. We'll stay at 1-2. And a 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss as Thurston strikes out. That's the final out in the second inning. Second strikeout for Villegas, and for GBA Red, they go up and down in order in the top of the second. After an inning and a half, they trail the Prospects 1-0. 8, 9, and 10 in the order for the Prospects in the second. Zach Bain takes strike one. Yeah, there's a shot inside the third base bag, down the line, onto the warning track and up against the fence in foul territory. And Bain's going to try for third base, and he is in ahead of the throw. Zach Bain with a leadoff triple to get it started for the Prospects in the second inning. And a high chopper. McCarville fields, looks the runner back, and throws on to first base in time, and that retires Nick Espinoza. And the batter is Daniel Hulbert, the second baseman. First pitch from McCarville, low and away for ball one. Runner at third base and one out at the bottom of the second. Prospects leading GBA Red 1-0. And a ball fouled out of play. McCarville digging in the glove. Pitch fouled down the right side, again out of play. Bain with the leadoff third, and the next one misses high and outside. Two balls, two strikes on Hulbert. And this one popped up first base side, but that'll get just out of play behind the Prospects dugout on the first base side. Prospects with a run in the bottom of the first inning, an RBI single off the bat of Isaiah Leach. Still 2-2 on Hulbert. Brandon Pollock, the leadoff hitter in the on-deck circle. And the pitch bounced in. Brian blocked it, but had trouble finding it. It was right at his feet, though, and so Bain couldn't advance. Yeah, that pitch inside, and it's ball four. So a good at-bat there for Hulbert. He walks and then puts runners at the corners, and it'll bring up Brandon Pollock. Pollock was called out on strikes his first time up. runner from first goes. The ball fouled back out of play. Holbert got a good jump over there at first base, but perhaps it was a hit and run, or Pollock just liked the pitch and made decent contact but fouled it out of play. Toss over to first, and Holbert dives back. First and third with one out, bottom of the second. Prospects leading 1-0 and trying to add more. Again, a throw to first, and again the runner back. Carville ready. The runner does not go this time, and the pitch is high and outside for a ball, 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. Over for a strike, and it's 1-2. And the next one bounced in. That'll get away from O'Brien. Tried to shift his feet. Couldn't get out there far enough. And a wild pitch moves Holbert to second base. And now they count 2 balls and 2 strikes on Brandon Pollock. Infield comes in for the GBA Red squad, trying to cut off a run at the plate. The 2-2 pitch. And that's foul to the backstop. Bain at third, Holbert at second with 1 out. McCarville into the line of the 2-2. That's low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And a 3-2 pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again. Brett Fitzgerald, the catcher, next for the Prospects. Yeah, the wind, another 3-2. And a foul ball. Well, this has turned into an 8-pitch at-bat for Brandon Pollock as he's fouled off 3 different 2-strike pitches. Pitch number 9 of the at-bat on the way. And it's low for ball 4. So Pollock draws a 9-pitch walk. He heads to first base. It loads him up for the Prospects. And a timeout called from the GBA Red dugout. Playing in the bottom of the second inning, Prospects lead it 1-0. And that first pitch hammered out to center field, and that's going to get past the center fielder, Allen. It'll be extra bases for Fitzgerald, and he's on his horse. Already around second base. He's going to come around third. He's got a chance. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's not in time. And it's an inside the park grand slam home run for Brett Fitzgerald. And it makes it 5-0 Prospects. So now Josh Arndt will try to start it again, as he had a base hit his first time up. Fitzgerald now 2 for 2. He had a single in the first, and now the inside the park. And that's over the head of the first baseman, Hopper, and down into right field. Arndt will take a turnaround first, but we'll stop there. Third hit of the inning, plus a couple of walks. So Arndt with a couple of base hits on at first with one out. 4 runs in for the Prospects in the second as they lead 5-0. And the batter is Tyler Phillips. Arndt goes, pitch low, throw to second base late. Look back to second, and the pitch bounced in. 2 balls and no strikes. And look back in the 2-0. A ground ball to short, fielded there and thrown across to first base in time, and that's out number 2. A 6-3 ground out retires Phillips. And the batter is Isaiah Leach. And the first one to Leach, low and away for a ball. Isaiah had an RBI single back in the first inning. And that ball is driven into right field for a base hit. That'll score Arndt. And it's 6-0. Now Leach with a good lead over there at first base. He's going, and Paxton Ketchum is hit by the pitch. Ketchum aboard for the first time after a fly out to left field his first time up. And puts runners at first and second with 2 outs for Fabian Villegas. Prospect sent 7 to the plate in the first inning, scored once and left the bases loaded. This is the 10th man to bat here in the second. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. Villegas bounced into a fielder's choice to end the first inning. Trying to extend it here in the second, the 0-1. And that's a line drive coming up the ladder. The second baseman Rogers puts away the line drive, and that will end the inning. But a good one for the Prospects as they score 5 times, and after 2, lead 6-0. Jacob Hamrick, the leadoff hitter in the third for GBA Red, fouls the first one off. Now the 1-strike pitch. And a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And a 2-strike pitch. A little bit low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter in the third for GBA Red as they trail 6-0. And a fly ball, that's hit well out to right center field, and that'll fall between the outfielders. Going to try for second base. The throw in, the tag applied, not in time. And so Hamrick with a leadoff double for GBA Red in the top of the third. And the batter is Nick Rogers. First pitch to Rogers outside for a ball. Check back to second base, the 1-0 pitch. And that's fouled off the fence on the first base side, 1-1. You mentioned GBA Red 3-1 through pool play to win their pool and advance to the semifinals. They lost their opening game of the tournament 8-1 against Jaguars Red. The 1-1. And that's fouled off at the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes. But then they went on to win 3 straight. They beat the Gene Taylor Baseball Company 3-1. Arizona Pro Blue 15-11. And then Blue Chip Navy, I believe the final on that was 7-6. I know it was a 1-run game, a walk-off. As the pitch is up and in, and it's 2-2. Look back to second base, the 2-2 pitch. And that's hit right back up the middle. And knocked down behind the bag. Throw on to first base, not in time. That's a great effort there for the shortstop, Brandon Pollock. Kept that ball from going into the outfield. Hamrick stops at third, Rogers at first. And now GBA Red in business here in the third inning, trailing 6-0, but the first 2 aboard with nobody out of the batter, Danny Kamens. First one misses for a ball to Kamens. Seven to 6 was the final in that game for GBA Red, as the tournament website has been updated to reflect that score. As the next pitch is outside and it's 2-0. So GBA Red and Gene Taylor's Baseball Company finished with an identical 3-1 record in pool play. So you get a swing and a miss to make it 2 balls and a strike. And interesting, you know, the first tiebreaker is head-to-head, and GBA Red beat Gene Taylor, as I mentioned, 3-1, the final on that one. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-2. GBA Red in their 3-1 record, 26 runs allowed, 26 runs scored. Now the set, the 2-2 pitch. And that's hit down the right field line, but that'll get foul and out of play. But Gene Taylor in their 3-1 record, only 7 runs allowed. But they lost that head-to-head game against GBA Red, and that knocked them out of the semifinal round. First and third and nobody out. In the top of the third inning, there's a ground ball hit up the middle. They'll go to second base for an out, on to first base. A double play, the run is in. And the prospects will gladly trade that. No RBI on the play because of the double play ball. It's a 4-6-3 double play. Rogers forced at second. Kamens out at first base as Hamrick scored. And it's back to the top of the order for Tyler Hill. A run in, though, for the GBA Red squad, and they trail 6-1. Now Tyler Hill, who had a base hit to start the ball game. First pitch goes to the backstop for ball 1. And next pitch high, 2 balls and no strikes. And Villegas with the 2-0 pitch. High fly ball into center field. Espinosa over a couple of steps and in a couple. And he makes the catch to end the inning. For GBA Red, they get on the board at the top of the third inning, a run on a couple of base hits, and after 2.5, they trail the Prospects 6-1. 8, 9, and 10 in the order. First pitch, fly ball to left field. Over there to get it, Hill. 1 pitch and 1 out as that retires Zach Bain. And now the batter is Nick Espinosa. And Espinosa with a ground ball. That's past the diving first baseman Hopper and down the line. And it's a 1-out hit for Espinosa. And that'll bring up Daniel Hulbert, who walked and scored his last time up.
Oh, Brian's down there too.
1 on 1 out, bottom of the first inning. Prospects leading 6-1. Winner advances to the Upperclass Division Championship game. That ball hits sharply back up the middle, but fielded by Solomon. He'll tap the bag and throw on to first, and that's a double play. Thought that had a chance to get through. McCarville sidestepped it, and Solomon lays out to pick it up, taps the bag to force Espinosa, and throws to first to double up Hulbert, and that ends the inning. No runs and a base hit. After 3, Prospects still lead 6-1. And first ball hit foul down the first base line. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for GBA Red, but a pinch hitter in the number 2 spot. I believe it's Hunter Higgins. So he's down a strike. The next pitch is high for a ball, 1-1. We got the handwritten lineup prior to the start of the game. And again, you know, we can appreciate the situation. GBA Red had to move fields. Just finished up a come from behind win as the ball's popped up into foul territory and played by the first baseman Phillips. So leadoff hitter retired in the top of the 4th inning. But the lineup card that we got included just the starting lineup, not any of the subs. We did get a roster, but as we were walking away, Coach said that here's the roster, but not all the numbers are right. And so that, that makes it a little more interesting. Here's Caleb Still, who had a single and was caught stealing back in the first. And he takes low and away for ball 1. 1 out, bases empty, top of the 4th inning, 6-1 our score. GBA Red trailing the Prospects in the Upper Division Semifinal. The other semifinal going on field 3, just off the third base side from where we're at. As the next one misses for a ball, 2-0. That features Show Baseball and Canyon Sandlot. And that one's still going on over there. It got started a little bit before ours, probably 15 or 20 minutes before, so we should know the winner before this one's over. There's a line drive just past the outstretched glove of Pollock and into center field. And a base hit for Caleb Stull, his second hit of the game. And now the batter is Easton Buckley. Buckley was called out on strikes his first time up. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. Prospects with a run in the bottom of the first inning. An RBI single from Isaiah Leach. Then they scored 5 times in the second. An inside the park grand slam home run from Britt Fitzgerald. And then Isaiah Leach with his second RBI single of the day. For GBA Red, they had a double to lead off the 3rd inning from Jacob Hamrick. He moved to 3rd after a single and then scored on a double play. There's a swing. That ball down in the dirt and to the backstop it goes. Buckley is retired. Stoll goes to second on a wild pitch. And the batter is Brennan O'Brien. And no, it's not O'Brien. We get another pinch hitter here. And it's hitter we're number 17 who is not on the roster we got. First pitch high for a ball. 2 outs with a runner at second base in the fourth. GBA Red down 6-1. And a pitch up and in, 2-0. And look back to second base and the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a foul ball, and one goes straight back, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Villegas looks back to second. And the 2-1 pitch, a ground ball out to short. Pollock with it. And on to first base in time to retire the side. The GBA Red get a 1-out single. Runner left at second base. And after 3.5, they still trail 6-1. Top of the order for the prospects in the bottom of the fourth inning. Brandon Pollock takes high for ball 1. Pollock a strikeout and a walk plus a run scored. Takes low and it's 2-0. Pollock, Fitzgerald, and Josh Arndt scheduled for the prospects here in the fourth inning. And the next one high and it's 3-0. The 3-0 pitch on the way. Green light, swinging, fly ball into deep left field, going back hill, and able to hang on to it. Had to go a long way to get there and was able to just stretch out the arm and squeeze it. So a long fly ball for out number 1 for the prospects in the fourth, and the batter is Britt Fitzgerald. And Fitzgerald rolls one over to third. Kamens has it and fires it to first in time. A couple of quick outs here in the fourth. But, you know, looking back to the third inning, Dawson McCarville had a 3-pitch inning. Bain flat out on the first pitch. Espinoza singled on pitch 2. Holbert going after the first pitch in his at-bat, grounded into a 6-3 double play. And Josh Arndt will take ball 1. Arndt with a couple of base hits and a ground ball foul outside of first base. It's 1-1. He had a single in the first, then singled, stole second, and scored in the second inning. The 1-1 pitch. Bounced in, 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. Low for a ball, 3-1. Ball fouled off, and it's 3-2. Six runs and 8 hits for the prospects. 1 run and 5 hits for GBA Red. The 3-2 is outside and Arndt walks, and he's aboard for the 3rd time. Now Tyler Phillips, who walked in the first, grounded out in the second. Big jump, and that ball hit well out to left field, but that'll stay up. And Hill is there again to make another catch and end the inning. So he bookends the fourth with putouts in left field. No runs, a 2-out walk, and a runner left at first base. After 4 innings of play, Prospects still lead GBA Red 6-1. Carter Allen leads it off for GBA Red in the 5th and takes inside for ball 1. Fabian Villegas, 4 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. Ball fouled back, and it's 1-1. No walks for Villegas, and he's struck out 3. New battery made for Villegas, though. Mitch Arndt now works behind the plate for the Prospects. There's the 1-1. And that's a swing and a miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Allen grounded out to Pollock at short his first time up. And the wind and the 1-2 pitch. And that's inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2. And a ground ball into the hole at short, and that's through and into left field. Allen singles on a 2-2 pitch. And he's aboard at first base for Tyler Thurston. Thurston struck out swinging to end the 2nd inning for GBA Red. And a fly ball into left field. Catch him there. And that's the first out in the GBA 5th. And Jacob Hamrick is replaced. I believe this is Braxton Wolf. Sounded like it broke the bat. Slow roller left side. And Arndt throws out Wolf. Thurston to second base. And the batter is Nick Rogers. Rogers with a base hit his first time up. Right back up the middle of the line, shot caught by Villegas. And that will end the inning. Villegas pitches around a leadoff single. Runner left at second base through 4.5, still 6-1. Isaiah Leach takes low and away for ball 1. And a bunch of changes to give you here as the next one is low and it's 2-0. Got new position players everywhere but center field. And that ball into a center field, but that's going to get past Allen. He's the only player that remains from the starting lineup. And here's Leach. He's going to be waved around third. And he'll be in. A stand-up inside the park home run. And it's 7-1. So we do have a new left fielder wearing 25. Allen still in center field. Hill moves from left to right. And then a bunch of changes in the infield. As the first pitch to Paxton Ketchum is low for a ball. New pitcher as well as Tanner Solomon comes in from shortstop to take over on the mound for Dawson McCarville. Now 2 balls and no strikes. But Danny Kamens moves from third base to shortstop. Rogers goes from second to third. Higgins, who hit in the 4th inning, now plays second base. And Wolf is in at first. Also a new catcher wearing 17 who is not on the roster we've got. Solomon fell behind 2-0 to Leach, gave up the inside the park home run, now has thrown 4 in a row out of the strike zone to Paxton Ketchum, and he's aboard at first base. 7-1 our score in the bottom of the 5th inning. The winner advances to the upper class division championship game. Here's Villegas with the runner going. He hits a fly ball into center field. That's playable for Allen, though. He's there and makes the catch. And that's out number 1. Now Zach Bain, an extra hitter. And he takes low and away for ball 1. Now the line for Dawson McCarville, 4 innings pitched, 8 hits allowed, 6 runs all earned. As the pitch misses for a ball, throw down to first base, and the runner back well ahead of the throw. 4 walks and a strikeout for McCarville, but maybe the thing to note is he gave up all 6 runs and 7 of the 8 hits in the first 2 innings. Settled down a bit in the 3rd and the 4th. Gave up a hit in the 3rd, but a double play ball got that runner erased. And then a 2-out walk in the 4th, followed by a fly ball to get him out of that inning. So he was able to chew up the 3rd and the 4th for GBA Red, and now they turn it over to relief pitchers. Catcher out to have a word with Solomon. Throw to first, and again, Ketchum is back. 1 on, 1 out, 1 in for the Prospects in the bottom of the 5th inning. They lead 7-1. 2-0 pitch over for a strike to Bain, and it's 2-1. Again, a throw over, and again the runner back. The set, the 2-1 runner goes. Pitch outside, throw to second base, not in time. Into center field it goes, and Ketchum will make it to third base. That gets away. He thought about taking off for the plate, but he'll wisely head back to the bag at third. So a stolen base and an E2 moves Ketchum to third. First error of the ball game for GBA Red. Count 3-1. I'm surprised the infield's back here, but maybe it's a big enough margin they'll just trade the out for the run as it pitches over for a strike, and it's 3-2. Now they're going to bring the infield in. And the pitch misses for ball 4. So they were in for a pitch. Now you figure the middle infielders will play back, because if they can roll a double play, they'd get out of the inning without giving up another run. Corners should stay up, and then the middle infielders will play back, or at least play double play depth. Nick Espinoza singled his last time up. Runner took off. Ball popped up just over the head of the third baseman and down the left field line. Not a whole lot of juice on that one, but it was enough to get over the head of Rogers, and it works for Espinoza as he delivers an RBI single to score Ketchum, and that makes it 8-1. Coaches from Prospects out to take a look at the runner at second base to make sure he's okay. So first and second with one out, 2 runs in for the Prospects in the fifth. And the batter is Daniel Holbert. First pitch up for ball 1. Holbert with a walk and a run scored in the second, then it bounced into a double play to end the third. And a ground ball to second, get the out there, and it'll be another double play. As Higgins fielded the ground ball, tagged Espinoza running by, and then throws on to first base to end the fifth inning. Prospects add 2 runs, and they do it with a couple of base hits. There was 1 error in the inning and 1 runner left, and after 5, it's 8-1. Ten, 1 and 2 in the order for GBA Red in the sixth as Danny Kamens takes high for ball 1. And a new pitcher in there for the Prospects. Anthony Sumrall starts the sixth inning. A breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 1-1. So Fabian Villegas leaves with a nice, comfortable lead, 8-1 the score in the sixth. Pitch misses inside, and it's 2-1. 5 innings pitched for Villegas. 6 hits allowed, but only 1 run that was earned. And the next one misses for a ball, 3-1. No walks and 3 strikeouts. Now a count of 3-2 to the leadoff hitter Kamens. Hill and Higgins scheduled to follow here in the sixth inning. And the ball fouled off. A run in the first for the Prospects, 5 in the second, 2 in the fifth. GBA Red with their lone run in the third inning. And they're down to their final 6 outs here. Another 3-2 pitch. And fooled on a breaking ball, swing and a miss. And a strikeout starts the sixth inning. Now GBA Reds had base runners, and they've had them early. Leadoff hitter aboard in the first. Could not score. Got the leadoff hitter aboard in the third on a double. That time they did score. That's their only run. 1 out single in the fourth. Runner left at second. Leadoff single in the fifth. And that runner stranded at second base. Now 0-2 on Tyler Hill. A breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And 2-2 on Tyler Hill. A single and a flyout in 2 at-bats. And the 2-2 is high. 3-2. Sumrall went 3-2 to Kamens before a strikeout. Now 3-2 on Hill. And that's fouled off at the plate. Another 3-2. Oh, that's behind Hill. And he'll hustle down to first base. A 1-out walk for Hill brings up Hunter Higgins. Higgins 0 for 2, a fly out and a foul out. Pitch over for a strike. Now the warmest day of the 4 in this 2015 Desert Classic tournament. Runner goes. Swing. And Higgins didn't get a piece of it, but he did swing to help protect the runner, and so Hill into scoring position with the steal. And now Summerall wants to talk to Mitch Arndt, with the runner at second base, wants to make sure they've got the correct sign so it doesn't cross up his catcher. Of course, all of the games Thursday were the night games, 5:30 and 8 or 5 and 8, something like that, I believe. There may have been some earlier games on Friday. I think there were some day games. But again, that was with bad weather. There's a swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Arndt does a good job to clear the runner. Another full step into foul territory to give him a clear throw to first base. And Higgins is out. A strikeout and a 2-3 putout. Hill stays put at second base. And it brings up Caleb Stoll. But warmer yesterday for sure. And then even warmer here today as we play on Championship Sunday. Stoll with a couple of base hits takes low and away for ball 1. 2 outs and a runner at second, top of the 6th inning. GBA Red trailing the Prospects 8-1. Swing and a miss for a strike. It's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. Low for a ball, 2-1. Check of the runner at second, the 2-1 pitch. That bounces in and goes to the backstop. Hill goes to third base on the wild pitch, and the count moves to 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch off the plate, and that's ball 4. Still on base for the third time. And the batter is Easton Buckley. And a ground ball chopped over on the right side, takes a funny hop and gets past Holbert. And that'll get a run in. Just kind of looked like a harmless ground ball, but maybe some spin on it, or it might have hit something out there and takes a funny bounce. Holbert can't circle around it, and so Hill scores to make it 8-2. Still goes from first to third on the play, so runners at the corners with 2 outs but a run in. And the batter, Brendan O'Brien. Pitch a strike, and again, it's not O'Brien, it's 17, who we don't have on the roster. He hit back in the 4th inning and grounded out to end the inning. Stepped to third, looked at first, but no play. The 1-strike pitch. Bounced in, Arndt blocked it, but couldn't catch it clean, and so Buckley goes to second base on a wild pitch. And the count evens at 1-1. Top of the 6th inning, GBA Red on the board, down 8-2. And a swing and a miss, a strike, and it's 1-2. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Ground ball back up the middle into center field. 1 run will score. Another runner going to be waved around. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's through and out at the plate. First run does score as Stoll crosses the plate, but then Buckley is thrown out on a strike from Espinoza. Give number 17, the hitter in that instance, an RBI single. So a couple of runs in for GBA Red in the 6th, and after 5.5, they trail 8-3. Prospects send up the top of the order in the 6th inning as Brandon Pollock takes low for ball 1. Next pitch outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And there's a shot down the left field line. That's going to roll to the warning track. And on his way to third base is Pollock with a leadoff triple. First one to Brett Fitzgerald. Make it Mitch Arndt is thrown away for a ball. And a high chopper right at the bag at third. Throw across the diamond. And that's bobbled, and the runner tries for the plate, and the throw not in time. So Arndt aboard at first base, although he has been lifted now for a courtesy runner, and the batter is Josh Arndt. First pitch over for a strike. Next pitch misses low, 1-1. Ball chopped hard off the ground in front, and boy, I'm going to say safe at first base that the first baseman Wolf came off the bag. So now first and second with nobody out, a run in to make it 9-3. First one to Tyler Phillips bounced in for ball 1. Next one, a breaking ball bounced in there. 2 balls and no strikes. Now the set, check back to second base, and the 2-0 pitch. And that's a ball hit down the left field line. That's going to get at least 1 run in. And they'll hold the trailing runner at third base. It's an RBI double for Tyler Phillips. It's a 2-run 6th inning now for the Prospects. And they lead 10-3. Infield in for GBA Red, and Leach fouls a ball out of play. Leach not only with 3 base hits in 3 trips, but he has an RBI in each of the at-bats. RBI single in the first, RBI single in the second, inside the park home run in the 5th. Next pitch low, and it's 1-1. Next one gets away, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Second and third, nobody out in the 6th inning. And the 2-1 pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-2. Leach hitting with a drawn-in infield, with a chance to maybe bring in a couple of more if we can find outfield grass. The set from Solomon, the 2-2. And a ball hit well out to left field. That's going back, and that's up against the fence. And that will score a couple of runs. Leach going to take the turnaround and try for third base, and he'll be in well ahead of the throw. 2-run triple, and what a day for Isaiah Leach. 4 for 4. 2 singles, a triple, a home run, and 5 knocked in. And that is going to be the ball game. It's a 4-run 6th inning for the Prospects, and we will go final. 12-3 is going to be our final score here in 6 innings. And so the Prospects will advance to the Upperclass Division Championship game. And that'll be played shortly. Still waiting on the conclusion of the Show Baseball and Canyon Sandlot semifinal game. That's going on a field next to us here, so we're waiting to find out what happens over there. We'll get you totals on the ball game. For GBA Red, 3 runs on 7 hits. They commit 3 errors and leave 4 runners on base. For the Prospects, they score 12 times on 13 base hits. They commit 1 error, and they leave 8 runners on base. Fabian Villegas gets the win. Dawson McCarville with the loss, and GBA Red is knocked out of the championship bracket. The Prospects advance and will play in the Upperclass Division Championship game. So that'll do it for this one. In the semifinals, our final score, the Prospects 12 and GBA Red 3. And that will do it then from Riverview Park or Sloan Park if you prefer. We're in Mesa, Arizona. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long. And we'll be back with you shortly for the Upperclass Division Championship game.